fair cousin Gawain so gay, my sister's son be ye. Ye shall see one of the fairest round tables that ever your eye shall see. Then bespake Lady Queen Guinevere, and these were the words said she: I know where a table is, noble king, worth thy round table and three. The trestle that stands under this round table, low down to the mould, is worth thy table, thou worthy king, thy halls and all thy gold. The place where this round table stands, thou worthy king, says she, is worth thy castle, thy gold, thy fee, and all of Brittany. Where may that table be, lady, quoth he? Where may that building be? You shall seek it, she says, until you find, for you'll never get more of me. Then spake noble Arthur King, these were the words said he: I shall make my vow to God and to the Trinity. I'll never sleep another night till that round table I see. Sir Maramiles and Sir Tristram, fellows that ye shall be. We'll clad ourselves in palmer's weed, 5 palmers we will be. No outlandish man will us abide, nor to us come nigh, said he. Then they rode east and they rode west in many a strange country. At Cornwall they came to a mighty castle and rode to the palace gate. So ready was there a porter proud who met him soon thereat. Shoes of gold the porter had on, and all his raiment the same. Now by my faith, says Arthur King, yonder's a minion swain. Then spake noble Arthur King, these were the words, says he: Come thee hither, thou proud porter, I pray thee come hither to me. I have 2 poor rings of my finger, the better of them I'll give thee. Tell me who is lord of this castle, he says, or who's lord in this whole country. Cornwall king, the porter says, there is none so rich as he. Neither in Christendom nor heathen lands doth has so much gold as he. And then spake noble Arthur King, these were the words, says he: I have 2 poor rings of my finger, the better of them I'll give thee. If thou wilt greet him, Cornwall king, and greet him well from me. Pray him for 1 night's lodging and meat, for his love that died on a tree. For 1 night's lodging and 2 meals meat, for his love that died on a tree. For 1 night's lodging and 2 meals meat, for his love that was virgin born, and that in the morn we may scape away with neither scathe nor scorn. Then forth is gone this porter proud, as fast as he could ran he, and when he came before Cornwall king, he kneeled down on his knee. Says, I've been porter at thy gate this 30 winter and 3. At thy gate there are palmers 5 who seek thy company. When Cornwall king knew the palmers 5 had been in Brittany, then bespake him Cornwall king, these were the words, said he: Did you ever know King Arthur there, a king most comely? And then spake noble Arthur King, these were the words, said he: I do not know that comely king, for once I did him see. Then spake Cornwall king again, these were the words, said he: Says 7 years I was clad and fared in Brittany in a bower. I had a daughter by Arthur's wife that now is called my flower. For Arthur King, that kindly cuckold, hath none such in his bower. For I durst swear and save my oath, that lady shines so bright, that a man on his deathbed would open his eyes to have her in his sight. Now by my faith, says Arthur King, and that's a full fair wight. And then spake Cornwall king again, and these were the words he said: Come hither 5 or 3 of my knights, and fetch me down my steed. Arthur King, that foul cuckold, hath none such if he had need. For I can ride him as far on a day as King Arthur can do on 3, and it's not a pleasure for a king to ride forth on his journey. For the eyes that there be in his head, they glister as doth the gleed. By my faith, says noble Arthur King, that is a well-fair steed. Then Arthur to his bed was brought, a grieved man was he, and so were all his fellows with him, they never thought to flee. And when Arthur king in his bed was laid, these were the words said he, I will make my vow to God and to the Trinity, that I'll be the bane of Cornwall king ere Brittany ever I see. 'Tis an unadvised vow, says Gawain the gay, as ever king made, says he, but we that be 5 Christian men of the Christian faith are we, and will fight against the anointed king and all his armoury. And then bespake him noble Arthur, and these were the words said he, if thou be afraid, Sir Gawain the gay, go home to thine own country. And then bespake Sir Gawain the gay, and these were the words said he, nay, seeing you've made such a hearty vow, here's another vow from me. I will make my vow to God and to the Trinity, that I will take yonder lady fair to Brittany with me. I'll hold her hourly to my heart, and I'll work my will, says he. But when Arthur saw evil Burlobini, these were the words said he, before I would wrestle with yonder fiend, I'd be better drowned in the sea. And then bespake Sir Breadbedel, and these were the words said he, why, I will wrestle with yonder fiend, as God my governor will be. Then bespake him noble Arthur, and these were the words said he, what are thy weapons, thou gentle knight, I pray thee tell to me. He says, Colin brand I'll have in my hand, and a Milan knife by my knee, and a Danish axe fast in my hands, a sure weapon I think 'twill be. With his Colin brand that he had in his hand, the belly he burst in 3, and out there came an evil fiend with 7 heads and 1 body. The fire towards the element flew, from his mouth was great plenty. The knight stood in the middle and fought, there was great joy to see, till his Colin brand broke in his hand, and his Milan knife burst on his knee, and the Danish axe burst in his hand first, a sure weapon he thought should be. Now the knight was left without a weapon, alack 'twas the more pity, but never a lord in Christendom had a surer weapon than he, and it was naught but one little book he found by the side of the sea. He found it at the seaside, wrecked up to the shore in a flood. Our Lord had written it with his hands and sealed it with his blood. And when he came to the king's chamber, he could of his courtesy say, sleep you, wake you, noble King Arthur, may Jesus waken thee. Nay, I'm not sleeping, I am awake, these were the words said he, for thee I have cared, how hast thou fared, O gentle knight, let me see. The knight then wrought the king his book, and bade him read and see, and he found it on the back of the leaf, as Arthur would wish it to be. And then bespake him Arthur king, gentle knight, how may this be, that I might see him in the same likeness that he stood unto thee. And then bespake him the Green Knight, these were the words said he, if you'll stand stiff in the battle strong, I have won all the victory. Then bespake him the king again, and these were the words said he, if we stand not stiff in this battle strong, we are worth to be hanged on a tree. Then bespake him the Green Knight, these were the words said he, says, I do conjure thee, thou foul fiend, in the likeness thou stood unto me. Then out there came an evil fiend with 7 heads and 1 body. The fire towards the element flew, from his mouth was great plenty. And then bespake him the Green Knight, and these were the words said he, I conjure thee, thou foul fiend, fetch down the steed that we see. Then forth is gone Burlobini as fast as he could hie, and fetch he did that fair steed, and came back by and by. Then bespake him Sir Maramiles, and these were the words said he, to ride this steed, brother Breadbedel, the mastery belongs to me. Maramiles took the steed to his hand, to ride him he was full bold, but he could no more make him go than a child of 3 years old. He laid upon him with heel and hand, with yard that was so fell. Help, brother Breadbedel, says Maramile, for I think he's the devil of hell. Help, brother Breadbedel, says Maramile, help for Christ's pity. For without thy help, brother Breadbedel, he will never be written for me. Then bespake him Sir Breadbettle, Burlo Beanie, I conjure thee, tell me how this steed was ridden in his own country. He says there is a golden wand, does in Cornwall's study stand. Strike 3 strokes upon that steed, and he'll spring forth of his hand. And then bespake Sir Breadbettle, to the fiend these words said he, says, I conjure thee, thou Burlo Beanie, the powder box thou fetch me. Then forth is gone Burlo Beanie as fast as he could hie, and fetch he did the powder box, and came back by and by. Then Sir Tristram took powder from that box, and blent it with warm sweet milk, and there he put it unto that horn, and swilled it about in that ilk. Then he took the horn in his hand, and a loud blast he blew. He rent the horn up to the midst, all his fellows this they knew. Then bespake him the Green Knight, these were the words said he, says, I conjure thee, thou Burlo Beanie, that thou fetch me the sword that I see. Then forth is gone Burlo Beanie as fast as he could hie, and fetch he did that fair sword, and came back by and by. Then bespake him Sir Breadbettle, to the king these words said he, take this sword in thy hand, King Arthur, for thy vows' sake I'll give it to thee. And go strike off King Cornwall's head in bed where he doth lie. Then forth is gone noble Arthur King as fast as he could hie, and he struck off King Cornwall's head, and came back by and by. He put the head on the point of a sword for all the knights to see, and with Cornwall's fair maid in Gawain's hand, came back to Brittany.